Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this March the 11th, 2024. I'm hoping everybody had a great day. Everybody continue to stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather, because on the weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be talking about your forecast with the satellite imagery across the United States. As you can see here, we got a little system spinning around over here around the St. John's, Nova Scotia region. Also pivoting more precipitation down up here with gusty winds. A lot of flooding has been occurring up here as well. So that's what's been going on with this upper level low spinning over a portion of Nova Scotia and also moving towards St. John's. It will barely move out of the way over the next 24 to 48 hours. Alright, we got another system coming in up here in the Pacific Northwest. As you can see here on the screen here, coming into Washington, Oregon State, also in Northern California. We'll move to the east, and another little system ahead of the system, ahead of that main system. We'll continue to move on to the United States, while pretty much from Texas to the Carolinas pretty much remain quiet. May bring a few scattered showers down there toward Louisiana, toward Mississippi and Alabama, but most of that activity will continue to push east, and we should just get some high cloudiness across the region. All right, we got another little system here moving into Southern California, around the Baja California region, also moving into the Mexico region as well. That will continue to push on off to the east. All right. On it, make sure you subscribe to it. I love to have you. Like these videos, share these videos, and we're gonna finish get the show on the road here, folks. Alright, you can see here's some snow up here around portions around the Great Lakes region, also in the portion of New York State and Southeast Canada region. Showers up here, portion of Michigan, the Illinois, the Indiana, stretching all the way down to Arkansas, Louisiana, the Gulf of Mexico. We still have some critical fire weather down there, portion of southeast New Mexico, western Texas. Also, we got a large area of mixed precipitation up here in portion of Wyoming, Montana, back toward Washington, Oregon State, through portion of California, Nevada, Utah, and also in the portion of Idaho as well. We have snow showers in Wyoming, portion of Montana, and Idaho. We got some heavy snow possible in pockets at areas of portion of Nevada, also in Idaho, and also in the portion of Washington, Oregon State, and also in the portion of Northern California. We got shower activity along coastal areas of Washington, Oregon State, down in the northwestern California. Pressures in charge of pretty much of Canada, the east coast of the United States, down toward the Bahamas, Cuba, Jamaica, and also down toward the Yucatan Peninsula, much of Mexico, the Gulf of California, Southern California through Arizona, Texas, all the way into North and South Dakota, which were portion of Montana, back into Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Iowa regions as well. All of this activity is for your Tuesday, March the 12th. Alright, here's your Wednesday forecast now. As you can see, we got a little bit of shower activity in New York State. Got some showers and storms down here in portion of Florida, the Gulf of Mexico, stretching into portion of Alabama, the Panhandle of Florida too. Also into Mississippi, Louisiana, and southeast Texas. More showers and storms from portion of Pennsylvania up to Wisconsin, back to Nebraska, down toward Ohio. Ohio over here, back to portion of Oklahoma and Arkansas region, also including Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, and western Tennessee. Mixed precipitation up here and through the Dakotas, back in the portion of Minnesota to Montana, all the way down toward Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska. Nebraska, and also down toward New Mexico, Arizona, and also into portion of western Colorado and southeastern Utah. Mixed precipitation also in portions of southwestern Canada, Washington, Oregon State, and a big pocket of snow over here in portions of Utah, Nevada, Idaho, back into Montana, portions of southern Canada, Wyoming, and also Colorado, New Mexico, Colorado, and also into Wyoming as well. Otherwise, dry high pressure remains in charge of much of Canada through Washington, Oregon State, down to the Gulf of California, through the Texas area, also into much of Mexico, the Yucatan Peninsula, Jamaica, Cuba, the Bahamas, the east coast of Florida, including the Florida Keys, the southeast, and all the way up into Maine and Nova Scotia, and the New Brunswick area as well. All of this activity is for your Wednesday, March 13th. Alright, let's take a look at the watches, warning, and advisory map for your location across the nation. as we got a lot of stuff to discuss. We got wind advisories up here in portions of the Northeast, from Maine all the way into New York State and portions of Pennsylvania, with some river flood warnings also in effect there as well, and portions of New Hampshire, and also down toward portions of the Connecticut region. Some flood warnings also in Virginia, southeastern North Carolina, eastern South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, also Alabama, Mississippi. Frost advisory here in the blue across portions of Alabama and Georgia. Special weather statements there also. Special weather statements for portions of Minnesota, Wisconsin, and the Illinois, Indiana, or Iowa regions. We got some red flag warnings been posted for a portion of Minnesota, Iowa, and also South Dakota, over here to Wyoming, Nebraska, Kansas, all the way down into Oklahoma, Texas, and New Mexico. Fire weather watches are in effect for North Texas and Western Texas region as well. Winter weather advisories and winter storm watches have been posted for you guys here in portion of areas of Colorado and also Wyoming. Also winter weather advisories over here in Utah and the portion of northwest areas of Wyoming, also in Idaho and northern Nevada. Winter storm warnings for you guys in southern portion of Montana, northern portions of Washington State, and a little bit in Oregon with winter storm warnings there. Winter weather advisories also in effect for Washington, Oregon State. Wind advisories also been posted for areas of Oregon, Northern California, portion of Nevada, and Southern California regions as well. We have small craft advisory down around the Florida coast. Gale warnings in effect from up here from Maine to the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Storm warnings in the purple. And again over here, small craft advisories from portions of Southern California up to Northern California. Gale warnings and storm warnings along coastal areas of Washington and Oregon State. Alright, small craft advisory around the Hawaiian Chain Island from the central and south and southwestern Alaska. Got some freeze and spray warnings and gale warnings there. And a special weather statement has been posted, and wind chill watches and warnings also in effect for Alaska as well. Alright, the Storm Prediction Center outlook. This is for your Tuesday. As you can see here, we got a marginal risk from up here near Kansas City down to Tulsa, Oklahoma region. If you live in Kansas City, Missouri, Tuscaloosa, Oklahoma, Overland Park, Kansas, Kansas City, Kansas, and Olathe, Kansas, marginal risk for severe weather. General thunderstorms outlined from Chicago all the way down to Dallas, up toward Des Moines, Iowa. Same over here in portions of Seattle, Washington, down toward Portland, Spokane, Washington, down toward Elko areas of Nevada. Alright, let's take a look at the tornado probability for your Tuesday. Less than 2% all areas. Wind threat, that would be a 5% in that same vicinity. And the hail threat will be pretty much the same areas from Kansas down to Tuscaloosa. And the damaging wind threat will be the same as Kansas to the Tuscaloosa as well. Alright, let's take a look at day 3. We got a little bit of severe weather to talk about. Then we're going to go to day number 4. We got a marginal risk up here near Omaha and Lincoln, Nebraska, stretching all the way through portions of Kansas City, all the way down to Tuscaloosa, and just east and up here around Oklahoma and Norman, Oklahoma region. Marginal risk for severe weather there. General thunderstorms stretching from La Crosse, portion of Wisconsin, all the way over toward Columbus, Ohio, and also down toward the Memphis area, down toward Greenville, down toward Waco, also toward Lupkin, Dallas, all the way over toward McCook and Colby. General thunderstorm activity pretty much in your area. If you live in Kansas City, Missouri, Tuscaloosa, Lincoln, Nebraska, Overland Park, Kansas, Kansas City, Kansas, marginal risk for severe weather. The probability will be 5% in the same vicinity. Alright, let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center outlook for day number 4. This will be your Thursday forecast. As you can see, we got a 15% severe weather outbreak down toward Lufkin, Texas, Oklahoma. Waco, Texas, down toward Ruston. Also just east of Wichita. Also just southeast of Norman, Oklahoma. This is a marginal risk. Shreveport, Louisiana, you included in this slight risk of severe weather. And like I said, if you live in Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, Plano, and Garland, Texas area and surrounding vicinity, you are in that 15% risk area, and a marginal risk area will be outlined on day number 3, and we'll show that to you tomorrow evening. If I do not have nothing to do tomorrow evening, hopefully I'll be able to show you tomorrow's graphics. Alright, here is the rainfall totals over the next 7 days. The heaviest precipitation along the Gulf Coast, also in the south part of the United States from Texas into the Carolinas, stretching all the way up to Ohio and Indiana. More heavy precipitation over toward Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, and also into Utah. Same over in Washington, Oregon State, Northern California, ports of Idaho, stretching all the way into the northeastern United States with more heavy precipitation off the coastal areas. A little bit in the Gulf of Mexico, and the lighter green areas would be generally a 1/10 of an inch or less in that area, maybe a 1/4 of an inch in the darker green vicinities. Alright, well, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Everybody continue to stay safe and well. Also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, consider subscribing if you have not. We'll catch you back in the next video. So have a wonderful, wonderful Monday evening, folks. Take care.